Pray for a swift death.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have a lot of information to talk about and break down in this video. This video is going to be stacked with information and doing due diligence, being the best YouTuber I can be. I want to start off with a topic that I made 2 videos about 2 weeks ago. For those of you who don't know, I'll try to give you a quick summary. Basically, there was a Street Fighter V composer. There was a guy named Daniel. He made music for Street Fighter and he made music for Resident Evil. A quote from him surfaced. It went viral across the community. The quote basically said, Fei Long, which is basically the law of Street Fighter, Fei Long will never be in Street Fighter again because the family of Bruce Lee, the daughter, does not want his image being used, did not want the character to be sort of a comedic joke. That was pretty much the quote that went viral. That was the first video about. The second video, the daughter of Bruce Lee clarified. She said, we never said this. We don't know what this guy is talking about, and this is not true. Now, of course, that was a good thing for us to celebrate. Like, yeah, Fei Long will be in Street Fighter. Liu Kang can continue being in Mortal Kombat. Law, whether it's Marshall or Forrest, can continue being in Tekken. But there's a third side to this story. The original quote was sort of misused. I don't know which one exactly it was, but there was 2 news companies who started sort of the clickbait. And one of them that is involved in this is Event Hubs. You guys know I talk about Event Hubs quite a lot, and this whole debacle really hurt their image that I had built up in my head. This guy, Daniel, the Street Fighter V composer, was doing a live stream to about 8 to 15 people, and someone asked him a hypothetical question about music and making music for characters, and then that is how he went into this whole, we don't know if that character will show up again. And then the news articles, wanting to get that headline, they twisted his words and they twisted the story.
Whoever put out this article first didn't reach out to you first for further elaboration or confirmation or anything like that. They saw something that they could capitalize on and get some hits on, and they just went with it. I mean, hopefully we can just get the message out there that this was the result of some predatory journalism.
Thank God for the Lee family for saying that the entire article is shit. Sure, I got some bad mouthing from them, but they have the right to be angry. They have absolutely the right to be angry.
They cleared it up, yeah.
The first thing that I want to talk about is a monthly poll. Which Tekken Classic stages do you want to see in the future? 5 out of 8. Now, we covered the previous 4, but a recap for those who missed it. The winner of the first poll was, of course, Moonlight Wilderness. The winner of the second poll was the airport stage. The winner of the third poll was Maw. The winner of the fourth poll was Fallen Colony. The winner of the fifth one is Tekken 6 Electric Fountain. You have Pirate's Cove from Tekken 5 in second place, followed up closely by Jungle of Tekken 4. Now, Electric Fountain is a stage that I remember fondly. Of course, Tekken 6 is the one that I really played, and that's the one that I really remember. Of course, everyone has memories getting stomped out by Jinpachi in Tekken 5, but Tekken 6 is where I really fell in love with the franchise. Say, I would want this stage to be brought into Tekken 8 as DLC. I don't think it should be there on the base roster of stages. In my opinion, I want the base roster of stages to be like pretty unique, to be pretty fresh ideas. I don't really want that much recycled content. For as iconic as these stages are, I want more stages to be iconic, right? I want the next evolution of Tekken stages. And then we could get some callbacks and some fan favorites in DLC. Kind of how they did the beach stage. The beach stage was a combination of 4 and 5 put into one. Really incredible. The next thing that I want to talk about is, well, I don't know how many people play this game, but I figure I should talk about it because there has to be some crossover for Tekken to be doing this. The mobile gacha game Fist of the North Star Legends Revive is having a Tekken crossover event in which limited edition crossover units will be available, including Kazuya, Ling, and King. Now, that's all the information I have. I didn't bother looking any further into this, but if you are one of those people who play this game, now's your time to get in there and get some Tekken skins or some Tekken crossover, whatever. But I just thought I should mention that. On May 16th, I did a breakdown of the Tekken 5 Patchy Slot trailer. It was a really cool video, but I recently seen a screenshot that I did not talk about. And this one, I just have to double back and talk about it, because if you look at it, you have King and Marduk. Once again, of course, we talked about this. Here's a different angle, but you have King and Marduk in this ring. And what made me want to talk about this again is look at this tree in the background. Look how big this tree is. Like, these are mountains here. To give you an idea of how big this tree is, a different angle, you can see this mountain formation is like very high in the sky. Look to the right. The right there, you can kind of see some forest, a little bit of trees. But then in this shot, the tree is massive. What is this? The world tree from Norse mythology? You have Yggdrasil and Ratatoskr gnawing at the tree. What is this? This is why I love the Tekken universe. Street Fighter doesn't have trees this big. Mortal Kombat doesn't have trees this big. This is incredible. I would love to see more things like this put into the actual game itself. This is just insane, and I had to talk about it. The next topic that I want to move on to, a comment that's pulled from my video. No one gives a shit about Lucky Chloe. Now, this is in response to a video that I made talking about her story and also talking about how this character, the creation of this character being introduced into Tekken 7. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But the reason why I took this comment, no one gives a shit about Lucky Chloe. The reason why I don't really agree with this, well, one, in that Tekken Lore Explained playlist, I did many videos, about 44 or so. And right now, that Lucky Chloe video is on track to being the most viewed. It's not the most viewed just yet, but the way it's growing, it is insane. And I think it's very interesting when you talk about a character like Lucky Chloe. A lot of people hate on her. A lot of people say, oh, this don't. Harada explained it perfectly. This character is divided into likes and dislikes. That's it. There is no middle ground. There is no, oh yeah, she's a cool character. It's either you love her or you hate her. But what I'm starting to realize, there's a lot more people who love Lucky Chloe than people who hate her. You got to give some credit to people like Kaiser for how he's performing in tournaments, and also Arslan Ash. He played a whole tournament in Pakistan. I think it's very interesting seeing how this whole Lucky Chloe arc is unfolding. I already said it, I think she will be DLC, but the rate that she's gaining popularity, she's gaining favor, she may end up on the base roster. Even if you think back to the Combo Breaker tournament, how many Lucky Chloes did you guys see there? It was a whole lot. Moving on, I have two more polls that I want to talk about. The first one is about costume redesigns. Now, of course, this is going to be a very important topic going into Tekken 8, but first let's talk about Tekken 7. Of those listed, who got the best Tekken 7 costume redesign? We talking about that drip today. We popping collars, popping tags, showing off the class of Tekken 7, and you must nominate the best dress. Now, of course, when you talk about costume redesigns, the DLC comes to mind. Armor King, one of the best redesigns. Leroy Smith, one of the best designs. Zafina, the winner of this poll, 281, another best redesign. But even then, her redesign cannot save her popularity. Still one of the least used characters in the game. Second place, a character that I think we don't talk enough about when we're talking about redesigns. Brian Fury at 241. I also would say Devil Chin has a really cool, I guess, redesign with the bandages and the suit that he has with the straps hanging. Even though Yoshimitsu is third place, 124 votes, I don't think Yoshimitsu, what I do really like is his dark blue outfit. That is pretty cool. But In Tekken 8, I want them to actually give him something like an actual outfit. I don't want him to be like a hentai squid, or this time he's going to be like a crab or something. I want him to actually have a outfit, actually have, because when they do decide to give Yoshimitsu a real outfit, they get really crazy and cool with it. The pirate outfit from Tekken 6, the Tekken Tag Tournament 2, probably his best outfit, Tekken 3 outfit, Tekken 4. He has some really cool outfits, and in Tekken 8, I'm really interested to see what he can do. Harong's outfit is pretty cool too, but in Tekken 8, I want them to make Harong so much cooler. Paul Phoenix, of course the orange-red jumpsuit is iconic, but I want them to give him something like cool, like something like mean, something that screams, I am the strongest man in the room. You know what I mean? But moving on to the final poll. You just played an opponent and lost 3 times in a row. After the 3 games, you choose not to rematch. In the lobby, you accept the new match, but the Tekken matches you up with the same player. If you lose, you will be demoted. What do you do? 207 votes, 179. Play the match, take the L, get demoted. This is like the story of ranked. When you're having a bad day and you're getting bodied, the game just seems to match you up with people that you cannot beat. Whether they're picking a character that counters yours, or they're just doing something that you're not able to stop. This really is the story of Tekken ranked online, but also I think this is what drives us to be better. Taking those L's, whether it's online or in tournaments, we use these moments to get better, to practice. We got to think about what we did wrong and think about how we can improve. With all the positivity aside, in Tekken 8, they have to fix this. I hate getting matched up with the same person over and over again. And this is kind of the reason why I don't play ranked anymore. I spend most of my time in player match now, and this is why. At the rank that I'm at, there's so many Eddie players, and I do not like fighting Eddie over and over. So I just don't play ranked. I just play player match where I get a bigger variety of characters. And it's more fun to play, and 2, content wise, it's more fun to watch. But that's pretty much it. That's everything that I have here to talk about and break down. A bunch of topics, kind of doing everything, everywhere, all at once. And by the way, I did end up watching that video. I know I said in a Mortal Kombat video that I was planning on watching it. I watched it, and let me say, my friend was right. It definitely is one of the best movies made ever, I think. If I had to place it, I would say it has to be in my top 5. I haven't solidified where it ranks, but I think I'm going to put it top 3. It definitely was a good movie, and if you guys are a fan of Kung Fu, definitely check it out. That movie pushes the boundaries of cinema. That is what the movie experience should be. We get caught up in Disney and Marvel and Star Wars, but that movie is next level. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of Kung Fu, and just if you're a fan of cinema in general. Legendary movie, calling it right now. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.